Hey, Ebony. Hey, it's me, Rob Messing. I read your post this week, and I thought I'd give you a quick video response. Fantastic job on your post this week. I thought it was very well thought out, and I'm gonna get to some more stuff here in a second. And I keep looking over here because that's where my notes are. But overall, a fantastic job. One of the first things that I really liked about what you said is actually what you quoted from McMinn, going back to talking about emotional growth and stuff and spiritual growth. And you said, quote, so that they will grasp the truth of Christ as shown in the Bible and deliberately allow their beliefs to saturate their counseling methods. 100%. Like, the emphasis on like the need to put Christ at the center of what we do is so important as counselors, because if we're not doing that, what are we actually doing? It's like Jesus talked about, like, you're either for me or against me, right? Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're either for Jesus or you're not for Jesus. And if we're going to honor God in every other aspect of our life, then we should honor that through counseling too. And the thing is that it's so important because we can grow so much through that, through counseling and growing closer to God, and so it really is like being closer to Christ really is the answer to, unless there's like some sort of like schizophrenia or something, something like that. But for most issues, depression, anxiety, and other issues, coming closer to Christ is really important. But this is actually not very easy. Depending on the situation, it could actually be very, very challenging. But Christ gave us that power to get through those hard times, and He came to be the light for us when it's dark. But like I was thinking about this, and it's tough because life is hard. Like, I'm a youth leader at my church, and there is a prevalence of folks who attend the church who are LGBTQ or somewhere, one of those letters or something. And it's so hard because, like, they just want to feel like they belong, and they feel the need, and they feel a certain way, and this way is sinful, right? Like, the Bible's pretty clear about homosexuality, and but they still want to feel like they belong, and so, like, working with them through that. So, like, the way that you overcome that is, like, one day at a time, drawing closer to Christ, one day at a time, repenting, dying to yourself, right? And so a lot of that stuff, and it's been the same thing like with my depression. My depression, I've suffered from depression pretty much my whole life, and anxiety, and it's not easy, and I have my setbacks, but, like, it's Christ that gives me hope. It's really the only hope and purpose that I have. So that is so important. I love that you actually pointed that out in what you said. I also really liked when I could totally identify with you when you talked about being able to figure out if something is wrong or right with someone, right? Like, just by, like, how they come in. And for me, like, if I sit down with you, like, 99% of the time, I'm able to tell how you're doing from looking at your eyes, looking at your expression, how you're talking, your tone of voice, your inflection, all of that stuff. And that can be really, really awesome, especially in a counseling session. Being a youth leader, that is huge. There's been youth who I've just seen who are just like, and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? And sometimes I'll be like, Mr. Rob, how did you know? I'm like, you're not that good at faking it. But no, I tell him, I said, man, I just tell what's going on. Hey, let's talk about it. And you're right, because, like, in what you said a little bit later, is because, like, once they begin to talk about it, there's almost like a sigh of relief, because, like, oh, it's like a burden is lifted because you don't have to carry it anymore. And so it's, using that tool for, being able to recognize what people are going through and if they're having a hard time or not. I really do believe that's a gift from God, that He's given to certain people, to really be the shepherds and to take care of folks, and make sure they're okay. And especially, that's so huge for any type of counseling profession, right? Is doing that. So yeah, the bottom line is, kind of like, just like we said, like, Christ can transform us, and it's the pursuit of Christ that does that. He didn't come just to save us; He also came to transform us. And when we're going through those hard times, we need to make sure that, we're clinging close to Him and counting on Him to get us through it. So that's about all for me. A great job on your post this week. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, Ebony. I look forward to seeing what you put out the next few weeks. God bless. Take care.